Hi, Zayton.
Hi, Zaid.
How are you doing? Nice to
I'm
meet you.
good. Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for coming in. Let me explain to you what you're going to be getting. So basically, I'm going to start off with Omega Boost, which is our vitamin infusion.
Okay.
And that replenishes your system with all your vitamins, minerals, amino acids, electrolytes, antioxidants. Great energy boost, detoxes your system. It's like a new lease for life, basically, if you want to call it that. The Ultra Reviv is our recovery, and that basically helps with all the good stuff like jet lag, fatigue, stress, hangovers, if it applies in any way. We've got the VitaGlow, which is our anti-aging one, and that's great for the skin.
Okay.
So it helps with uneven skin tone, it brightens the skin, it also a great detoxer. So glutathione, which is a base ingredient in there, is a great antioxidant.
Okay.
So that kind of helps with the aesthetic side of it. And then we have the Royal Flush, which combines those three. So you feel like James Bond when you're done with that one.
I could use that.
and then we've got these are intramuscular, so these are injections. Okay, so B12, you've heard of B12 before, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the standard B12. The Slim Boost is a lipotropic injection. So that kind of speeds up your metabolism. It burns fat naturally, enhances your immune system, great energy boost as well. And it works really well with one of the IVs.
So it is more for athletes.
Not really, for anybody. So for the Slim Boost, for that matter, it will be anybody that's either on a weight management program. I mean, I take it when I go to the gym. You know, it's a great, good energy boost. You don't have much of a recovery after your workout. And then the Vita Boost, okay, that's the anti-aging one as well, but that's in an injection form. So it's very similar to, well, it's the exact same as the VitaGlow. But the difference is this is a 1 ml injection.
Okay.
So we can only give you 1 ml in here, whereas there we can give you 12 mls.
Okay.
So you can put a lot more into the IV that's going into your bloodstream than you do with an injection.
Okay.
Okay. So those are the IVs. I'm assuming you're going to be doing the Royal Flush.
Are we doing the Royal Flush?
Yeah.
I want to be James Bond when I leave this place, please.
So I just need to get some details from you. So have a
Okay.
seat. Are you taking medication?
I am.
That's fine. So what we'll do, so the drips, the IVs are not pre-mixed. So once we understand your medical condition, then only would we go in and obviously mix the IV.
Okay.
So once you fill out just your personal details, the next screen would be a list of medical questions,
Okay.
which I need you to fill out for me as well.
All right.
And then once you're done with all of that, I'll walk you through.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Time for looking.
Yeah, I do. Because you're going to be doing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, date of birth?
21 December.
June. This is Tequila. She's our nurse.
Hi, Tequila. Nice to
She'll
meet you.
take care of you.
Thank
Have a
you.
seat.
Yeah.
Rest your hand on the pillow.
Like that.
You good, Zaytu?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you, Say?
Good.
Good.
You look very relaxed. with
I'm
your drip.
very relaxed and I am hooked up to an IV drip. So welcome Level Up YouTube followers and Level Up magazine. I'm at Reviv SA Wellness Center with Sayed Mia. He's going to tell us a little bit about the concept of Reviv. Tell us about your journey.
Okay, so Revive now is 5 years old. 4.5 years old. And it basically started in London. So as you know, I lived for 15 years in London. And at my farewell in London, one of my ex-colleagues just got back from Vegas. And we were just chatting and he said he tried this weird thing in Vegas that helped him with his hangover, which was a drip. And I thought, that's bizarre, I never heard of it before, but I was quite intrigued by what he said. And I looked into it a bit more, it became a bit more appealing in terms of what it actually does, rather than just for hangovers, but more lifestyle issues, so stress, fatigue, jet lag, there's beauty and living treatments as well. So I looked a bit more into it, and I sent an email to Reviv at the time. And that time they only had 2 in the world, which was in Miami. So the first Reviv was started in Miami by 4 ER doctors, and then the second one they had was at the MGM Grand in Vegas. So I explained who I am, and interested in bringing the concept to South Africa. And they were like, yeah, we're looking at coming to South Africa probably in 2018, 2019. So I said, look, we want to look into this and see what, whether it could work here. And lo and behold, they sent me a whole lot of documents to sign before they provide me with anything, for that matter. And then my business partner is the former South African cricket manager and Dr. Musaji, Mohammed Musaji. So he's been with me in the business since we started.
Okay.
So we're very good friends. We go back, to the days back in London. So I approached him about it.
So he was in London with you at that time?
Yeah, well, when I heard of the concept and the idea, I asked him about it.
Okay.
And as a typical doctor and a typical skeptic, he said it's rubbish, don't touch it. And I said, well, there must be some substance to it before, because obviously it's
And this was operating a while already in the US?
Yeah, for probably about a year in the US. So then what we did was we got one of the formulas and we tried one of the IVs out before we invested in it. And Doc, I call him Doc, affectionately known as Doc, he administered the IV. And the next morning he said, I'm in. He called me, he said, I'm in. I said, well, from going from a pure skeptic to saying staying away from it to now willing to invest and put your name next to it, why? So what would have taken him a couple of hours to write the Cricket South Africa report, he did it in under an hour. His mental clarity was fantastic. His his alertness, his energy was through the roof. And I felt the same thing, but I wanted to hear from him. And then I jumped on a plane, I went back to London. I signed the master franchise for Reviv Southern Africa. And that's how the Reviv journey started. So when we came into the market in 2015, we were the first IV drip bar, if you want to call it that, in the country. We started off with one spa in Miami 6 years ago, and now we have 80 spas, 34 countries, 6 continents, and growing. So it's the global market leader in elective IVs.
It's growing at a rapid pace.
Rapid. It's the number one health and wellness.
What is the appeal? Why are people so excited about the concept?
So it's all about health management and wellness rather than health care. So it's prevention rather than cure. And ideally what you should be getting from a really balanced diet and exercise and sleep and stuff that we, in our busy lifestyle we don't have. This replenishes your system with all your vitamins, minerals, amino acids, electrolytes, antioxidants. And also this kind of helps with all your lifestyle issues, so stress, fatigue, jet lag if you're traveling, hangovers, aesthetics is a big thing, and we've got, anti-aging treatments. Slimming is a big thing as well, and we've got a few things related to that as well. So I wouldn't say it's a cheat, but it definitely helps people look and feel.
So a form of a supplement in a way.
Absolutely, and the good thing about it is, if you had to buy any of your vitamins or supplements from Clicks or Discam or any one for that matter, you lose 50 to 60% of the essence of that vitamin through your digestive tract before you get the goodness of anything. Whereas with an IV, you get 100% into your bloodstream.
Sure.
So you could be spending thousands a month on your vitamins that you take orally, and you're getting less than half of the essence of those vitamins.
And it's purely more, like you said, a wellness supplement for your health instead of medical.
Yes, so we don't claim to
cure. It's not medical intervention at all.
We don't claim to cure anything. So we don't claim to cure any diseases or anything of that sort. So this is a lifestyle, it's a wellness, it's health management. And like I said, it's to help people stay healthy rather than cure anything. Although a lot of the IVs have proven to help people, that have cancer or other, chronic illnesses as well. But we never ever claim that.
Do you work alongside GPs as well when doing any of the treatments?
So basically we go through a screening like we did with you. We've got doctors that are obviously part of the businesses and registered nurses as well to administer the IVs. If you have a chronic illness or you're on any chronic medication or anything of that sort, which we feel would hinder by doing the IV, then we just don't do it. So precaution, we've got to adhere to regulation, precautions, and make sure that you're okay to have the IV. Because again, we're not claiming anything. This is not healthcare in any way. As you can see from the aesthetics of the spa, it's a lifestyle thing. It's a wellness thing. There's you come in, you spend half an hour, 45 minutes. You've got music, you've got your iPad, you've got coffee. It's an experience that we're giving somebody.
It's not clinical in any way.
So
it's more of a relaxed environment.
Exactly. So you don't feel like you're going into a doctor's surgery or a clinic or hospital for that kind of. And that's the same experience Reviv gives you throughout the world.
Okay.
So now we have, any major city in the world, there's a Revive there. So, and what differentiates us from anybody else for that matter is our formulas. So Revive was born out of a lab. The formulas that we use for our IVs went through a 2-year R&D process first before we came to market, and it's still constantly going. So we've still got an R&D facility where we're looking at how we can improve the formulas, come out with new products related to that as well. It's the only IV company in the world that has an R&D facility. So yeah.
And the one that I'm having at the moment is called the Royal Flush.
Yeah.
So I'm walking out like James Bond here, Hollywood. What exactly is it supposed to be doing for me?
So again, your system is different from mine, is
Yeah.
different from somebody else's. So what deficiencies you may have, or the amount your system needs to be replenished may differ. But by and large, it should. So basically, what you'd feel a little, shortly after you've had the IV, is a bounce in your step. You'd feel like you've got a new lease for life. It's done internally is it's detoxing your system. So you may go to the toilet a bit more often than usual because you're detoxing.
Yeah.
But also, you'd find that you're less tired, you're less stressed out. You feel like you can take on the world basically.
I can take on toddlers now.
You're going to need more than the IV to take on
I was
toddlers.
just going to ask you, do you need to do this on a regular basis, or is it once off?
No, so it all depends on how how you need it basically. So ideally, we don't recommend you do this more than once in 3 weeks or once a month, or when you feel you need to. However, the aesthetic IVs, the anti-aging ones, and the slimming ones, is where you need to be taking it a bit more regularly for it to work into your system, because that's more aesthetic. And if you're on weight management programs or anything of that sort, you need the ingredients to start working into your system to start getting results. There's no fix, there's no quick fix. So, with our slimming injections and lipotropic injections, you still have to have a balanced diet, you still have to exercise. There's no...
It's not magic.
Exactly. Anybody tells you there is something, they're lying.
And how's it taken off from the inception in SA?
So, like I said, we were the first in the market.
So you're the original Reviv IV bar.
Yeah, there isn't another, unless it says Revive. So we've got one in Cape Town, and we've got one in Durban. We're opening up one in Manland. We're partnering with Planet Fitness, the gym. So we're going into the gym in Bedford View, in Bedford Centre. But subsequently, there's been a whole lot of other IV places that have opened up, but they're not Revive IVs. So they have their own formulas. There's doctors doing it out of their surgeries. So we kind of blew the market open. We pioneers in it, if you want to call it that. And yeah, I mean, it's competition is healthy. It keeps you on your toes. But we differ from the other IV places. So our formulas is what sets us apart from Joe Blog down the road. That's actually doing it. But they're probably doing good.
When you launched, was it immediate reactions or?
No. So after a couple of weeks, I mean, people thought I was nuts. I mean, my own family thought I was nuts. I mean, my friends thought I was nuts, bringing in a concept like this here where people have IVs to help with their lifestyle issues.
Like the crazy doctor.
So, yeah, exactly. And the first month, it's all about education and educating people as to, this is not for sick people. You don't come here when you're sick. So you'll see in our reception, it's not like a doctor's surgery where you have a whole lot of people waiting to have to be cured from something or the other. And we worked with a really fantastic PR company called African Star, and Farah Fortune is the director of African Star, and they've been brilliant for us. So we kind of educated the market through social media. We've got a few influencers. So our launches contained 4 specific launches rather than having one big launch. So we had 10 beauty editors, 10 business editors, we had 10 influencers, so influential people, and so on and so forth. And we had them on different days. So all we did was we invited them to come in, provided them with the IVs, and told them go and talk about it, whether good or bad. And fortunately, 99% were good. And that's how we actually started, the Revive revolution, if you want to call it.
Your market, does it target more the wealthy and celebrity market, or do you get everyone coming in from all over?
It's for anybody. So look, ideally, it's not cheap. And I'm not saying that it's for everybody. Every person that walks on the street, they can afford it. We do target as the middle to upper income. But it's for your celebrities, it's for your corporate executives, it's for mums that do school runs. You guys need it probably more than anybody else for that.
Yeah.
It's for dad that do school runs. I do bloody school runs. So I have a drip every day. Every week.
We need this in our homes.
I do this every week, So it's for anybody. Anybody that's working, that's, got kids, that's stressed, students, that are studying, with the world anti-doping laws, unfortunately, professional sports people can't have this. So after the whole Lance Armstrong issue, there's a strict guidelines with regards to what professional sportsmen can do.
So they can't do this at all?
No. They're only allowed 50 mils of fluid every 6 hours.
Sure.
This is after the whole Lance Armstrong issue. But amateur sports people, so people that do the 94.7 and
So not competitive professional
competitive
sportsmen.
yeah. So you wouldn't find the SA rugby team doing it, or the Proteas, or whatever the case is, unless there's a medical reason for it now. Whereas before they could have done it.
Yeah.
So there's now a big difference in terms of what professional sportsmen could have done and can do now. So it's for everyone for that matter.
Anything new Revive's planning to come up with?
Yes, so we've just launched something which is groundbreaking. It's called Reviv Genetics. So it's the most advanced gene DNA testing in the world. It's 99.97% accurate.
Sure.
And basically all we do is we take a swab of your saliva and we send it to a lab in Austria, and we come back with an encyclopedia on you. So basically you're understanding your genetic predisposition, and what risks that you actually have. So this goes into the healthcare side of things. So this would look at all the different cancers and your risks of the different cancers, but then what preventions you should be taking related to that. We look at nutrition, what your genes, what food types your genes are aligned with. We look at pharmacogenetics. So we look at about 1,000 drugs in the market right now, and how that's aligned to you, specifically to your genes. So sometimes you could be taking a drug for a specific reason, but it's not aligned to your gene. It wouldn't be helping in any way. Whereas this tests about 1,000 drugs on the market right now, and we're able to tell you what. It's groundbreaking.
And it goes to Austria.
The lab is in Austria. It's one of 6 specific labs in the world. It's real groundbreaking stuff. We've got and the advantage of that is once you get your results, you have a consult with the doctor in the UK, who will walk you through the different aspects of your results and what you should be doing. Then we have an online portal as well. So while you're going through it, if there's any questions that you have related to a specific area, you just type it in, and we'll get a specialist in that area to come back to you related to that. We'll be able to tell you whether on a sports level whether your genes are endurance-based or power-based. So you'll know what sport would work for you and what wouldn't. This could be done for kids as well. So you must remember your genes are the same from the time you're born to the time you die. Excuse me, it's your lifestyle that changes.
Sure.
So
that is impressive.
Here you can. I'll show you. So can I show you what it looks like?
Yeah.
So basically, this is on me.
Oh.
This whole thing is on me.
That's a thesis on you.
Exactly. And this basically will tell you all the different. Look at that. So let me give you one example. So let me look at my prostate cancer. So colon health center is an example. Okay, it will give you a breakdown in layman terms of what it is, what genes are relevant to colon cancer, what's my risk related to this here. So it'll say whether it's low, average, or high. Okay, mine is average. What prevention I should be taking. So what I should be doing, what I should be staying away from, what micronutrients I should be taking to help. So this is not to say you'll never get it, right? But if you understand the risk that your risks, you'll know how to lead your life a lot better and what to stay away from in that sense, right?
It's almost like a guideline
absolutely.
to better living.
So it covers everything in depth. Let me show you the exciting stuff. Let's see. So we look at.
This is amazing.
It's
to
phenomenal.
have an entire mental
phenomenal.
history of yourself. The medical aids would be jumping for this.
So this is the pharmacogenetics I was talking about. Okay, so we test about 1,000 drugs in the market right now, and it will tell you according to your genes what's the effect of that drug, what's the breakdown and whether you need to be increasing or decreasing your dosage
Wow.
according to it. Give you a typical example. The president of Reviv
Yeah.
doesn't respond to the first-line treatment for breast cancer. So if she was diagnosed with breast cancer, she would go to any oncologist or doctor, whatever the case is. They would then prescribe this drug. She would take this drug for a couple of years with absolutely no effect.
So total waste of time.
Total waste of time. Whereas by doing something like this, you'll be able to understand what would work for you.
And these are done with doctors.
This is highly professional. Highly professional. This
so
goes
if
to
I'm taking Eltroxin, this would tell me whether I'm wasting my time with the Eltroxin.
Exactly.
That is awesome.
So that's one area of it. Then we look at the sports side of it and weight management side. There's nutrition. So they'll tell you everything related to, so this is still the medicine breakdown, sorry. So the sports side. So it will basically tell you, according to this here, what you should be doing in order to lose weight, what sports you should be doing. So my genes are a mix of endurance and power. So it will tell me if I'm going to do gymnastics once a week, I need to do gymnastics 95 minutes for that once a week to achieve my goal. If I did it 7 times a week, I'll only need to do it 27 minutes a day. You know, it breaks down every sport accordingly. The advantage of this is you'll be able to, if you got kids and you want to do the DNA testing, you'll be able to guide them in terms of what sporting field would be good for them genetically.
Okay.
You know, and showing them.
Besides that, I mean, genealogy as well. Does it give you a breakdown as to the genealogy side of heredity, where do you come from?
So this is not that type of DNA testing.
So this is body focus.
So this is related to lifestyle wellness,
Okay.
rather than
So
telling you your ancestors are from India, you got black hair and
I'll
black
tell you why
eyes
I'm
and
going
stuff.
there. I mean, I think this is amazing because I'm an adopted child, and normally when I go for medical history, the first question is they want to know, do my parents have high blood? And I sit there like, I don't know anything. So when I had my kids, the first question was, did your mother have your natural delivery or C-section? And I couldn't answer them.
Right.
But if I did something like this, I'd have a little bit more history about
Absolutely.
my medical
Yeah,
record
absolutely.
than
You'll be
what I
able to
have
say.
right now.
Absolutely.
So I mean that's amazing.
This is fantastic. So this is we match food groups according to your genes. So we'll be able to tell you according to your genes, and this is how in-depth it gets. A baguette, right? How often you should be eating baguette. You know, when to stay away, what dosage.
How much is yours?
Don't even talk. And this will be able to show you what food groups are good for you. So my best fruit is a strawberry. I didn't know that. I'm 44. I didn't know I was lactose intolerant until now.
Sure.
After doing my gene testing, I didn't know I had risk of glaucoma until doing this now. So I know I've got to start looking, going for eye tests and doing stuff like that. So it's basically kind of putting your life and how you can lead your life better into a book like this. And you can see it as a presentation as well.
Very pricey?
It's not cheap. Let's put it that way. And it's not for everybody in that sense. But the flip side to it is the most advanced in the world. It's the only lifestyle gene testing or DNA testing that would give you that accuracy of 99.97%.
Well, I mean that's amazing. I mean,
I think currently other companies would offer something in the region of maybe 70-80%. A lot of them do SNP analysis, where whereas ours is not. And the most advanced and the biggest advantage, and I think the key factor here, is that we don't sell the data. So pharma companies like your GSKs, like your Pfizers, like your Eli Lilly's or whatever the case is, would pay top dollar for this data, because then they know, obviously, they understand it, the market more, how to market it, and so on and so forth. Other companies are a lot cheaper, but what they do is they're being subsidized by pharma companies, so they sell the data off. We don't sell the data. So if you do this test through this facility, I don't even see it. It will be between you and the doctor that consults with you.
And
So
they
it's
do
purely
it over
private.
Skype or
Skype is the best way to do it, and thereafter it's all online. So whichever way you want to do it. So that's the biggest thing. We don't sell off the data.
So it's all
private.
personalized
It's all
and private.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's Reviv Genetics.
So this is being launched.
Yes, we've launched it in September.
Okay.
So it's already out we've got a few big names, and I can't really say it out loud right now, but we've got a very prominent footballer who's going to be our ambassador.
Local footballer.
Yeah.
Okay.
A worldwide footballer. And he's invested in the business. We've just signed up the...
He's invested in Reviv or
Revive
the genetics?
Genetics side. We've just got on board the owner of, you know the brand North Face.
Yes.
The CEO and chairman of North Face, Ham Klopp, has just joined our board. We will be listing very soon. So I had the president of Reviv here three weeks ago, and she flew to New York, and we started the first round of funding. So it was, Wall Street, New York Times, the Financial Times all announced this. This will propel Reviv to the #1 health and wellness company in the world, without a doubt.
I mean,
So
you guys have come.
We came in at the right time. The journey that we've had here. The funny thing is, after I signed the master franchise for Reviv, not even a month later, all of these top doctors in South Africa were contacting Reviv to get the franchise, and now they wanted to come through us. So there's a time and a place for everything. We never expected it to turn out the way it has, and it's been a phenomenal journey thus far. And it's.
Have you had some funny characters walking through your...
Funny is an understatement. Funny is an understatement. Well, I think the funniest would be people that are hungover. So we've got a few characters that come in here, but everybody feels. We've had Lawrence Fishburne here. So when Lawrence Fishburne was filming the Mandela documentary, see him, Orlando Jones, David Harewood, all of them were here. We've had French Montana here. So French Montana was in the country for 48 hours. He landed, he came with his crew to Reviv, did the drips, did a gig at the Durban July, and flew out. Worldwide, we've got a whole lot of other, so from Justin Bieber, Cara Delevingne, Madonna, Simon Cowell. I mean, they Reviv's all over the show. And then our local celebs, from all the actors to the DJs to the radio producers. MTV shot here a couple of times. So we get a lot of, because we were fresh and new and exciting idea, a lot of the people that want to have content to provide to their consumers or to their followers, whatever, they would use this as a place where they come and shoot reality shows. And it just provides different content, different settings, something like that. So we've been fortunate in that way, and that's how we've managed to survive for such a long time.
So in SA, you're running for 5 years.
June will be 5 years, so we're 4.5 years now.
I mean, you guys have gone really sky in 4 years.
Yeah, well, it's worked out. I mean, it doesn't come without its challenges, as any business for that matter. But
how do you cope with the challenges? I mean, obviously, you're going to have obstacles and challenges, competition. How do you handle that?
We do target a different part of the market, and we've got a very loyal following. We offer an experience rather than just an IV. So, from the time you walk in to the time you leave, it's that whole experience that we give you. There's a personal touch to it as well, which is why people keep coming back. We've got a fantastic staff, and people keep coming back for that. With the economic slowdown, it's been very challenging. So people that are, obviously counting their pennies, wouldn't be coming for us because this is a luxury rather than a necessity.
Yeah.
So we have to be innovative in the ways that we market to people. So digital is massive, using online platforms, your social media, your WhatsApps, and it's different ways of kind of communicating to the consumer that this is something that you need. But like every other business for that matter, when the challenge comes, you need to start thinking out of the box to get, to keep moving rather than.
How do you manage running such an amazing, successful company with family? How do you find the balance?
I have the drips. I have a royal flush every week. I mean, it's, I guess, you take it in your stride, I guess. I've got a fantastic wife and support from her as well. And I've got 2 young kids, that's why I need to take a drip every bloody week. But yeah, I've got a really good team around me, and it's not just me running Reviv. It's Tasneem in front. It's Vicky, the nurse. it's Sarah, our helper around here. It's Dr. Musaji and Ibrahim Musaji, the two doctor brothers.
Do they come in often?
They come in every now and then. So it's a team that we have that keeps Revive moving. It's not just me. I may be the face of Revive, but it's the hard work is done by all of these people, and they are more crucial to the success of Revive than me or anyone for that matter.
Have your kids tried this year?
No, because we have thank God. Imagine my son running around with a drip.
It's a lasting video.
So we have an age restriction, yeah. So
Okay.
18 to 65. So obviously we feel from 65 onwards there could be more complications, and we obviously would rather avoid that. So we don't do that's a rule worldwide. 18 to 65 is the age group that we cover. Yeah, so but however, with the genetic testing, with gene testing, that can be done from any age.
Okay.
So there's no limit in terms of that.
And can you do it as a package, a family package, or individual only?
No, so that right now it's individual only. The costs related to this year are substantial with regards to the advancement of the labs that we're using, and so on and so forth. So we don't really have much say in terms of the cost. That is depicted to us by Revive Global. However, with that said, there is a certain kind of discretion that we have. So if you're going to come in with a family and do this, then we could work out something. With the IVs, you can buy packages, and we give complimentary IVs. So for argument's sake, for the aesthetics and the slimming, which you need to do a lot more often, we give you, you take a package of 10, you get 2 for free. Now we have a special running for December, so you buy 2 IVs, okay, and then we give you 12 shots for the next year. So for 2020, you can come once a month and have a B12 shot complimentary. So there's ways we try and package it, but ideally it's not something where we go out and try and discount, and it's not that type of a brand. It's a very high-end brand, and not to sound pompous or arrogant in any way. But it is.
Yeah.
It's
a high brand.
It's a high-end brand, and we've got to manage the way we market it as well. Because I'm sitting with 100 franchise inquiries. I could roll this out like a Nando's, but then it loses its appeal. It dilutes the brand, and I wouldn't want to do that. It is a certain level that we target. So we've got to manage the way we actually do it.
And with regards to the SA branches, any new plans coming forward?
Yes, so we're currently busy with Menlyn. We're busy with the setup of Revive Menlyn. We've got the premises and everything already. As I mentioned a little earlier, we're partnering with Planet Fitness.
Yes.
So the owner of Planet Fitness comes in.
So that will be nationwide Planet Fitness.
So we're starting off in Bedford View.
Okay.
Okay, so the one in Bedford Centre, we're going into the gym. If that works, then we're going to be looking at where there isn't a Revive flagship close by. We'll be going, we'll have a little Revive station, if you want to call it in there. We're also looking at partnering with Planet Fitness with the genetic side, because obviously of the the clientele that they have. So yeah, there's plans. We're looking at Botswana. So we've got a franchisee that's very interested in Botswana, which we're currently doing. So I own the franchise for Southern Africa, so I help with. We've got inquiries from.
Nothing in Africa yet.
So there is one in Ghana. All right. There's one in Kenya coming up.
Is that done from the SA branch?
That's done from Global.
From Global.
Yeah, but anything Southern Africa
will be from here.
Yeah. So Zimbabwe, we're in discussions with somebody for Zimbabwe, Zambia, Botswana, like I mentioned. So it's growing.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You're doing really well.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I think I'm semi-halfway there to James Bond.
Semi-halfway there.
Semi-halfway there to James Bond.
Don't worry about that.
But we will let you know as soon as this is done how I am feeling. And we want to thank Sayed Mia for taking the time out to meet and sit with us and Revive SA. And we will be back.
And thank you for the time and the opportunity.
It's a pleasure. Thanks. Good. Jazakallah, Median.
Was that okay?
That was awesome.
Great.